You
So
stupid, man. Why are you so
you
stupid, dog?
like the fact that he said it that
Enough
way.
to fly
Right.
the
That's not
planes
like
and invent.
it's not like the normal way that you would say that, but like he
Right.
went there too bold. Like he really did that. Like
Yeah, dude. All right. I'm exiting, man. I'm sorry. I was playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, dog. So
okay.
I'm
Oh
about to
yeah,
shut it down.
remind me. I need to speak on something painting related today.
All right, let me get right up out of here because we about to fire it up right now. Okay,
Okay.
let me get up out of here. So I'm gonna put your stuff in here. Your paint. Okay.
Yeah. I hope this internet can get together because like it was a real pain trying to record the Dream Team yesterday
Okay.
for like 2 hours and it just kept cutting out.
All right, dog. I hate that for you. But Simpson hit me up, so let's get going. All right, here we go. Oh, wow, what is going on? Hold on, Lloyd. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to put everything down to this one screen. There we go. All right, let's start that up. I had my restream going though. Oh, here we go. Welcome back, everybody. For Facetious episode 147, season 3, episode 43. That's right. I guess, yeah, brought to you on Monday, November 12th, 2018, approximately 6:07 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Larry, a.k.a. Blue Man Root, and I'm joined as usual by my man, Damien. Mike, a.k.a. Scarfinger, a.k.a. Real Dog. Hold up.
You bold. What's going on, dog?
No much, dog. Chilling, man. Ready to get back up in this piece, man. Look, we got some things to get into today, man. But before we take off on our hilarity tangent, look, first up, off the bat, Stan Lee passed away today, y'all. Stan Lee, the creator of many of your Marvel superheroes that you love and some that you don't. But man, what Spider-Man, Captain America, Thor, Fantastic Four, like X-Men, like
we gotta do my man Jack Kirby a service.
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
was a part of a lot of this.
Yeah, and Jack Kirby, yeah, straight up, he's also passed away as well. Jack Kirby, rest in peace. But he was a co-creator and was actually an early illustrator for him on a lot of those. But Stan Lee was 95, passed away, and hearts and prayers go out to the family. This left his wife had passed away in 2017 last year. So
this fool said Aquaman in the chat.
Say what?
Fool Samson Simpson. I just pulled up the chat and
Aquaman. Yeah, I see. Simpson, come on, dog. You know better than that. I think he did come up with Namor though.
I mean, these days, like you never know.
Right.
maybe he slid him a little something. Be like, bruh, I know we beefing right now, but like, let me tell you about this Aquaman, dude.
Right. Let's get down on that. But sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying he talked to the fishes.
That's what he do. Yeah, that's what he do. But yeah, man. So I wanted to get that out of the way because Stan Lee was woke before being woke was a thing, right? Like Stan Lee,
yes.
he made analogies with Professor X and Magneto being Dr. King and Malcolm X. Like he did that long before it was cool, long before people were really up on game, and the actual comic, the Black Panther, which let's not forget that. That was actually around before the group, the Black Panthers. So,
yes, and I mean, all right. So let's do this.
Okay.
Like the whole Black Panther thing, where like a lot of people was not feeling them,
right.
And like they said like we need more white people in this, so they had them beat up the KKK. Like what I mean? Like, my man's like
right.
You need some more white people in it.
Okay. God. I got you. Yeah. How about this one? How about this switch on the story?
I got you. Like you said, you needed white people in here. Like
you just say how?
We say how. So let me go ahead and slide this thing in here real quick.
Right.
And then, I hope you don't see it. Like you know what I mean? Yeah, it's already printed. My bad,
dog. Hey, Y'all see these y'all see these cells though? Y'all see these cells? And that's basically what happened. It was like, y'all see these cells though? So
the whole Martin and Malcolm thing with the X-Men is what always stands out the most as the wokeness of Stan Lee, and how, like, you know, like they, like the idea that what's up, Chase?
What up, Chase? I got you.
He said the family is here. So
that's what's up, man. Everybody.
What's up to Amber and Young Rouse? Yeah. What's up, Young Rouse? I see you, dog. But yeah, like the idea that, and I mean, that's just the idea that in this incarnation, like they wanted to do, like, if you really think about the X-Men and like mutants and stuff like that, man. You can draw like direct parallels to the civil rights movement.
Oh, man, he was saying it without saying it, right? It was like, I was born like this. I didn't ask to be like this, yet you hate me because of something I can't help. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dog. Come on, son. Like it's just there. It's there in those monologues, man. It's there in the treatment of kids. And a lot of times, you know, they show, especially they did a great job in the comics of actually relaying and really emphasizing the emotional impact that prejudice had on mutants, man. It was tough.
And look, here's the thing that she said we miss you.
Yeah.
That's the fam right there, man. Like, you know, that's the fam right there now. I didn't get to meet Aiden. But that's next time.
Okay.
We're gonna do that. So like the idea of like there's a piece of the Black struggle, I guess, for a lack of anything else better to say about it, that was captured in the X-Men that cannot be ignored.
Right.
Idea that these people look down on the mutants and all of that kind of stuff, but like the mutants had to go out and help these people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the idea, like during the civil rights, like you had to be the epitome of the Negro in order for you to be
above reproach. And even then you would catch it.
And it hurts. Like the idea that I have to be overly nice to someone that's being cruel to me is hurtful. And it's something that you feel a lot, especially, you know, when you know, like you feel that a lot at work. Like, you know what I mean? Like you go to a job and like you're one of like just several Black people there.
Right.
And sometimes like that pride swallow is like it's like swallowing some grain alcohol. Like,
the strongest of strong, right?
Strong. Like I ain't even talking about some moonshine. I'm talking straight grain alcohol. I'm talking like something that's like the stuff that you put in like Formula One cars, but just edible, like barely edible. You know what I mean? Like that shot where you just and then the fact that you have to, like, sometimes you feel like you need to just take it, and like and the fact of the matter is, like, sometimes you gotta take it with a smile on your face.
Right.
Like you can't even take it and show your frustration. Like the idea that like
because here's two things that I really liked about it. Because if you showed your frustration, you were viewed as dangerous, right? Mutants were viewed as dangerous, like if they ever acted out, right?
Yeah, it's all there. It's all
and then secondly, the thing that really hurt me, that really kicked it into gear for me, were the laws against mutants, like when it was embedded into the legal system, right? So that's the thing that always stuck out to me, because, you know, you had Jim Crow laws and you had the Black Code, and you know you had all of those things, right? So for me to see that stuff manifest itself in a comic book thing, like, it was always there for me. It was always visible. I could always relate to it. You know what I mean? I always related to it, but I didn't quite get the Martin and Malcolm thing until someone said it, and I went, that makes total sense. Right, man. Yeah, it was crazy, because I saw him do an interview about it a few years back. I went to a comic convention here in Oklahoma, and they had Ralph Baer on, and then at that same convention, they like Skyped Stan Lee and talked to him. Or no, and then I'd watched something else on YouTube as well, and it came up with the same thing. Like Stan Lee was saying, he was like, yeah, well, I wanted to draw the parallels, and he said, it wasn't.
It's massive, bro. But we're gonna give it to you with a spoonful of sugar,
right?
Make this medicine go down, but you gonna get this medicine.
You gonna get it. And he was like, he said that he was so frustrated. Stan Lee did. He said at the time he was so frustrated, and his wife was like, well, baby, if you think that like you're not gonna be around working in comics anymore, then just stop worrying about what everybody else wants and just do something that makes you happy. And that's when he hit his streak. That's when everything started clicking for him. That's when he came up with everything, and he was like, I don't care about making anybody else happy. I'm gonna make the stuff that I want to say, right? And that made all the difference, right? All the difference. So
and it made and like that change in personal philosophy changed comic books, and it made Marvel what it is. Like there was a time when Marvel was getting it handed to them. Like because like no matter how you look at it, like you look at like the most popular characters like the most popular comic characters,
right?
Like, there's 3 and 2 of them are not Marvel.
Right. Superman and Batman. Yeah, I got you.
Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man is everything. Spider-Man is everything. And the reason why I like Marvel, and more importantly I like Stan in his work, is because the difference between DC and Marvel, I've always said that I can always relate to Marvel because these are people with abilities, but they're still people underneath. And like they're still people, and they all have problems. Like Peter Parker had to like balance school with wanting to be a superhero, and like
trying to catch a girl that he's always been after. And
relationships, and like all of this stuff, like all of these things that like
these different conflicts, right? That humanize him.
Yeah, and it humanized him in a way. And let's be honest, the person that I've always connected to, and like people are gonna hate me for this. I've always had a connection.
I know where you're going.
I've always had a connection to my man Cyclops. Like for real, like, I always had a connection to my man.
I thought you were gonna talk about the dude that fit the description. That's what I thought.
I'm going to talk about the dude that fit the description. I've always had a connection to Cyclops because, like, I always felt like I would in a lot of situations, whether it was work and school or like certain aspects of those things, I always felt like I was a cut above, right? Or like somewhere at the top, and
cut
like
from a different cloth.
Like this, like if like. It is always that internal monologue. Like, if I was in control of this, I mean, I'm not right now, but if I was in control of this is what I would do. And then everybody just kind of does their own thing. And I'm like, yo, listen to me. I got the answer. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do, and then y'all gonna mess everything up, and then I gotta come fix it. Like, it's me. It's me. There's only one, and that's me. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, I always, and that's basically Cyclops' whole steez, right?
Right.
My man's in the Wolvie, keep pushing up on his lady. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like
he always felt like, like there should be more fanfare for me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
For me. And like I've always, that's something that I've always connected to. Like I ain't never, me, like I mean for the most part, I ain't never really had no problems with like like relationships and stuff like that. But like, just like what happened to Cyclops, like somebody pushed up on my girl, and like I lost. You know what I mean? Right.
You silly man.
There's aspects of the comic books where he lost. You know what I mean? Like it's real. It's so real, and that's the connection. That's the person connection that I could relate to somebody like Cyclops.
Right.
I like the idea that it's just like y'all all doing this wrong. Like, man, I'm really gonna have to say to Diana, like that. I have to pull this off. Like I don't really. I don't look. Sometimes I don't want to because I know y'all not gonna listen to me. But
the thing with Cyclops, though, you know, like when he get angry and it's time to get busy, he come in with that beam, though.
You know what I mean?
Done.
When, like it's like okay, like you may get the tap, but when I take this thing off,
right,
everything gotta go. Everything gotta go. It's like that personal explosion of just absolute force.
Right.
That
just visceral emotion. You can see it. Right.
Yeah, it's that force that's always there, but like you can't see it because I got these glasses on. You can't see it, but there's a force right here that you you know what I mean? I got the thing right here that'll make Shaq back up. You know what I mean? Like I got it right here. It's right here, dog. Like it's not even like there's nothing anywhere else. It's right here. I'll make Shaq act good. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about if Cyclops was from the hood, his best line would be, "Look, I'm smashing that dude on sight." You know what I'm saying? Like on sight.
When I see that ninja Wolvie, when I see that ninja Wolvie, I'm taking the glasses off. Like it's about to be a problem with that ninja Wolvie.
Right.
Like, all the problems with man Wolvie. Like, you know what I mean? And then, like, you know, like there's other aspects about like the X-Men is always is the main focus to me because like these are real people with real problems,
right?
And sometimes those problems kind of get in the way, like the X-Men cartoon where you know like Storm was insanely claustrophobic, right. And like everybody is around getting busy. Somebody knocked the ceiling out, stuff starts falling down, and she just falls apart. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? The incredible power at her command in something like an enclosed space will make her buckle.
Right. Well, and I mean that goes to what Simpson is saying too. He's like Cyclops is all emotional, yeah, but that's cool because you know that humanized him, right? That made him you could relate to him.
That was all of them because like the more you think about it, like they were all kids.
Yeah, all of them when they started early.
They were all young people, like in like even when like the you know Cyclops and them you know the first class kind of grew up and started teaching the younger class, like they were still young people themselves.
Right.
You know,
yeah, they were.
You know, they were all in their 20s. Like it's not until you turn 30 that you realize that you were dumb as hell at 20.
Right, exactly. Like that's what I'm trying to tell my 20-year-old now. I'm like, you know what? You think you know it all right now, but that's the extent of your exposure. Like as you get older and you're exposed to more, you realize I don't know jack squat. Like you will realize it.
You know what I mean? Like it's like when you're 20, it's like man, I don't know what to do about Wolvie. Like Wolvie getting on my nerves.
Right.
It's like when you turn 30, you ain't got time for it no more, and it's on sight. You know what I mean? Like it's
on sight. I need to get a shirt made that has Cyclops with the beam holding it. Just says on sight. Like. All right, man. Simpson said we need some sociopaths to come in there and just deliver that steel. That's what he's talking about. Just coming in there. Well, I mean, but you had that though. Think about it though. Because you had Wolverine, who was just, and I think that's what he's talking about, right? You know, just come in there and deliver that steel, right? That's what he did, right? Coming there, taking this girl, coming there, cutting up people with that adamantium. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, but let's see the adamantium and the healing factor was the cheat code. Like I mean, Wolverine was basically on Superman level where there was absolutely nothing he couldn't do. Like
except get a boulder off of him when Hope killed him. Like that's it.
Well, like there was nothing he could. There was nothing he couldn't do except like remember his name.
So wrong. Hey Logan, what's your dad's name? What's your dad's name? Come on, you got it.
Hey, your mama doing? Oh, what mama?
How your mama and them doing? Tell your mama and them I said hi. Okay.
Okay.
All right, man.
You gotta feel like that. It can't just be like, okay, no, okay. That's when you don't know what they talk about. Okay. Okay. I'll tell them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You remember me? This Miss Pam and them. We used to live out. We used to live out in the projects.
You remember me, baby? Man.
Ooh, did I ever tell you the story about the I can't remember whether I told it here or I just told it to my coworkers. I was in Dollar Tree one day and I was behind a couple of ladies and the weirdest conversation happened.
No,
I never. Oh, let me tell you. All right, so I'm getting in line and there's two ladies and they hadn't seen each other in quite some time, right?
Oh, okay.
They haven't seen each other in quite some time, and they're just talking about like the people, and they're connecting their nouns basically, what you call it, how what you call it doing, and all this kind of stuff. And then the lady who was not in line, her daughter calls and said, "You got everything, Mama?" And the lady said, "Oh, your daughter's here?" She's like, "Yeah." So the daughter comes over, and and then they have the whole, the conversation. Oh, this Pam, like this Pam is an old family friend, and we've been knowing Miss Pam for I don't know how long, blah blah blah. And Miss Pam says, like, I ain't seen you since you were little, like that conversation. And then she goes, how your other daughter doing? And the lady goes into a conversation. She's talking about, oh yeah, she's doing good. Like she's working on a degree in social work and all of this kind of stuff. And then she's, talking about how good she's doing and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And then she says, yeah, I had to call the DOC about her the other day.
What? Hold on, though. Why you calling the Department of Corrections?
Apparently, the other daughter has been in the Bing for like 15.
Dang, what you go sit down for? You serving
degrees and stuff because she ain't got nothing better to do. But like, apparently, the DOC is not doing things the way that they need to do things, and they have a normal conversation, completely skipping over the Department of Corrections part of this conversation,
completely devoid of DOC.
Yeah. And then and then she was talking about how like I guess the father, her and the father's children. I mean, her and the father aren't together, but they still they do what they can for the kids or whatever like that.
Right.
And she was just basically like, where? Oh, how Fred doing? And she's like, oh, me and Fred ain't together no more, but we still do what we do for the kids or whatever like that. But Fred outside in the car, and then she was like, I had to stop him from going up there to the prison because he was going buck over something that was happening with the daughter. Like they're just having a normal conversation, and I'm just like, can I get some further explanation on the Department of Corrections part of this conversation? Like, there's some things that need to be discussed. Like, I understand Miss Pam ain't been around for a long time, and obviously she ain't been around for 15 years. But like, I'm just saying, like, there's a part of this that I need to know,
right?
And I need Miss Pam to ask some more clarifying questions right now.
Miss Pam probably is just trying to get she's just taking in the DOC information with a straight face. Like, Miss Pam is lucky to get out of there with a straight face. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm gonna tell you what Miss Pam did.
Okay.
So remember, Miss Pam is in front of me in line. So Miss Pam goes out and does her thing, and and they say their goodbyes or whatever like that. But remember, this lady told Miss Pam that that Fred was in the car.
Right, but they ain't together. But Fred's in the car.
Yeah, Fred in the car. Like Fred drove them up to the Dollar Tree, I guess. You know what I mean? So Fred is like chilling in the whip, and so like I go and I check out and stuff like that after Miss Pam, and I go out the door, and Miss Pam went out that door and went straight to Fred. Like, it was not like she was trying to like separate herself from the conversation or these people. No, she went straight to Fred.
Hey Fred, how you doing? Simpson said Miss Pam don't need to know what landed daughter in the clink, and he said don't ask, don't tell. So clearly Simpson is on that reveal life. You know
what? The other lady, and I'm gonna call her Miss Brenda. Miss Brenda I don't know. I'm just saying Miss Pam because that just sounds like the type of thing that you say in this type of situation.
Right.
But I'm gonna say Miss Brenda. Miss Brenda slid one little thing in there. When she was talking about her daughter that's in the clink, getting her degree and all that kind of stuff, and she's just like, well, she only got like a year and a half left, and she's always been a smart girl and all this kind of stuff. Now she did this one dumb thing, but then she just kept the conversation going.
Right, just kept it moving. That's what you got to do. You got to keep it moving, dog.
I would need Miss Pam to ask some more questions because obviously Miss Pam don't know exactly what she did. But I need somebody to ask some clarifying questions here because what's happening right now is something that I probably shouldn't have been a part of, but I'm here now.
But you're here now, so you just need to clarify. I just need to know. I just need to know at this point, Miss Pam and Miss Brenda. I need to know what's going on. But all right, so man, I was talking to Simpson earlier, man. He said he was on the train, catching a ride back to the house, right? He just made it back into town, catching a ride in. And you know how at the when you go to the barber and stuff, you know how we'd spoken recently about how some barbers will come in and if you graying, they'll spray like the beard or whatever, or they'll spray the hairline. You know what I mean? They'll put a little spray in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simpson said he got this Beijing, which I didn't know what the terminology was. He said this one dude in there had his scalp painted black. Yeah. And he said it wasn't like it was like, he had hair growing in where you could conceal it. Nah, bro. It was all out in the open.
Yeah, it just looked like shoe polish. Like it's
that's what he was saying.
There was that conversation on Levitard about the when they were talking to Carlos Boozer. Like Carlos Boozer is like follically challenged up front.
Right. Right.
And
so you got the brown head then, is what you're saying.
And they started telling him about the Beijing, and he was like, well, just go ahead and do that. He didn't realize it just looked like shoe polish. So he said that after it was done, he was just like, what in the world did I do? And he said he tried to wash it off. It don't wash off. Like, it don't come off the way that you think it should come off. So he ended up with that Beijing and
got clowned.
He got clowned.
He got clowned, yeah. Yeah,
he caught the clown. Like, so if you don't know, like there's two reasons why you should clown Carlos Boozer. Like, Ying is only one of them.
Right.
Do you know the other one?
Nuh-uh.
Okay. So apparently,
was that? Let me see. Keep going. I think I do from the Levitard show, right? They talked about it on the Levitard show.
Yeah, but I knew this story prior to that, prior to the Levitard show, but Carlos Boozer rented his house out once.
Okay.
To Prince.
Oh.
To say, we all know that Prince is very fond of purple.
He is.
And when he left Carlos Boozer's house, everything was purple.
Of course he did.
Everything painted purple, bro. Like, he had your house painted purple.
According to Charlie Murphy, Prince don't respect nobody.
Nobody. Apparently, he didn't respect Carlos Boozer because, like, he painted the house up.
Man, that's too much, man. That's what's up.
How you rent somebody's house and just like, your walls ain't the right color.
Your walls ain't I can't sleep with these walls this color. They too bright.
Yeah, let me get Philip and them to go ahead and work on this.
Philip, make sure you get them eaves over there. Get them eaves.
I need a purple iris in here.
Right. Let's go. Oh man. So Mike, we encouraged people to vote last week. People voted. The House was converted to Democratic rule. The Senate retained Republican leadership. Okay. And Florida now facing a recount of all 67 counties.
There's a problem in Georgia too, right?
I don't know. I know that they were talking about that because of asking people to get off the bus and stuff. But yeah, man. So Andrew Gillum, the Democratic black candidate for governor, he retracted his concession speech. He was like, let's see what these counts be. Like, basically, he was like, let's bring these counts in. Let's see what's happening. And so, but yeah.
It's the same thing. and they talking about they're gonna have to do a runoff. Like,
dude, the percentage was
and
0.41%.
it's a sister that's running in Georgia.
Yes. And
You gotta say it right, Georgia.
In Georgia, yeah. So for that race, for the gubernatorial race in Florida, it's a 0.41% difference in the votes. And Simpson said GA is supposed to be a runoff. Well, that's good. I'm gonna get people back out there to post, but that's actually bad for black people, because black people generally are like, y'all, I got out here the first time. Y'all lucky I got out here the first time. I ain't about to go on back.
You know, good and well. Simpson said Offset, Quavo, and runoff.
Mm-hmm.
You know good and well that Blue don't know nothing you talking about.
No, I know runoff.
That's the name. That's the name of the Migos, the individual members of the Migos.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, because I don't listen to Migos.
And Takeoff, but he changed it to runoff.
To runoff, seriously.
They're from Georgia.
Okay. Now it says in the Senate race over there in Florida, the difference was 0.14 percentage points, dog. So 0.14% in Senate, and then, like I said, governor was 0.41% difference in votes. Man, like, that's really close. But we've done this before in Florida. Like, we've done this before. Recounts don't tend to go our way. It's just how it is.
Yeah, but no, I don't even think the recounts don't really go our way. It's like eventually the person who probably could have won just be like, all right, man, y'all got it. Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened to Al Gore. Al Gore was just like, all right, man, you got it.
Yeah, I mean, but he shouldn't have conceded, because I think if that would have kept going, it would have just been like, whatever. Like, I think we would have got the thing, but
yeah, but he was just like, man, you got it, go ahead, you good. Like, but I love the fact that he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna concede. It was like, nope,
right.
Hold on, I'm gonna need all them counted.
All them.
ALLUUM, all of them. I need all of them counted right now.
Like when my grandpa, when I used to ask him to borrow a couple of bucks, he'd go into his wallet, right, and he'd go in there and he'll pull up the wallet and he'll like blow in between the ones, so to like split the ones out, so he ain't got to lick them. You know what I'm saying? He just like that's what Gillum was doing on every one of those ballots. He looking at the pocket, like, just making sure.
Like they count ballots and he just in the back pacing.
So yeah, man.
Mumbling to himself, I want somebody.
Right, and man, I was watching some video on that stinking race, man, and like some of their debates, and man, that other like the Republican candidate was downright disrespectful, often at times racist. It was bad, bro. Like, but Gillum, he maintained his composure. Like,
let's be honest, he was just a Republican.
I ain't gonna say all that. I
mean, like, let's be honest. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Like, there are black Republicans. There are, but like, we have an overwhelming and instinctual side eye as black people when the conversation about Republicans comes up.
Right.
Like, just like look, you start talking Republican stuff, you're gonna get a side eye from me. Whether you think it's deserved or not, you're gonna get a side eye, because they deserve a side eye sometimes. Well, they deserve a side eye most of the time. But because I'm not saying they racist, but the racists seem to think that they racist. And this is the same thing I say about 45. Right. Like, the racists seem to love him. Like, and I'm not saying that he is a racist. I think that he has some. I think that he has some social issues that come from just being a rich dude his whole life, and I don't think that he understands the plight of normal people. You know what I mean? Like, right. I don't think think that inherently he is racist, but.
And they're like Clayton Bixby. It's such a Superman.
The racists seem to love him, and if the racists love you, then I gotta look at you sideways.
Right?
Like, I gotta look at you sideways.
That's your man's. Like, that's your man's.
That's your man's.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
And then like he'll do stupid stuff like say and like come out and say he a nationalist. Like, wait a minute. Like the idea that the word nationalist is like
the connotation.
The connotations, like he should have. I mean, look, if you go there, go all the way there. Just say you're a supremacist, like, and just say it. Like, don't pussyfoot around this here. Like
Right.
let's go ahead and get this where it needs to be. Just say that you are a supremacist. You ain't got to say you're a white supremacist because I understood that the white is implied. Just the same way that you said you were a nationalist, I understand that the white is implied. But I understand that he's just trying to appeal to his base. I don't think that Donald Trump is white. Donald Trump is green, and he only cares about green.
Right. You've said that before.
Yep. And I said the same thing about Oprah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people say that about Oprah, and I'm just like, Oprah got too much money to be worried about regular old black stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she still got
until she drives in a neighborhood by herself.
Yeah, but like, you know, at some point, like you kind of become above all of this, and like, I can't hold that against you because there's a lot of things that money shields you from.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, it buys a lot of things, right? That
when you go to the bank and everybody there is green, and like, you know, like, and that's all those people care about. Like, over time, if you still got your money, you just kind of become green. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and so I don't really hold that against people, and I don't really hold that against 45. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm not one of those people that say 45 is a terrible person and all of this kind of stuff. I think 45 was just not qualified for this job.
We got that conversation. Yeah, and I concur. You know,
45 is not qualified for this job, and he proves it every single day.
Simpson said, first of all, we ain't about to be out here talking bad about Oprah.
You know, if Oprah, like,
he said you ain't getting them people on him.
No, you can talk bad. You can talk bad about Oprah, but you got to do it kind of in a slick way. The kind of way that I kind of slid there. That I don't hold that against her. Like, you just kind of say it that way. But there's 3 people that you cannot talk bad about. Three black people you can't talk bad about. Obama, Beyonce,
all right,
and Jesus. Like, you cannot do that. Black people that you cannot disrespect those 3 black people around other black people.
Right. Hey, man.
And yes, I meant what I had said.
You meant what you had said.
Bronze clay.
Hey, man, we've had that. I'm just saying, which region of the world does all of this stuff take place? That's all I needed to know.
Your boy Blue is bronze. Look, forehead all shiny. He like shiny bronze. Like somebody shine that up. You know what I'm saying? Shiny right now, that's bronze.
Bronze. Simpson say so true. So true. All right, Mike. You mentioned that we got to talk about this in the chat, bro. So, Fortnite is now gonna have NFL character skins in Fortnite. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead and give them your take on it.
Okay, so obviously, like the NFL is probably just attaching themselves to Fortnite because of the whole money thing. You know, but it's obvious it's not. It wasn't thought of very well. The idea that the NFL shut down playmakers. Like, we just talked about playmakers on the Dream Team. Mm-hmm. But the NFL shut down playmakers because it showed football in the wrong light.
Yeah, I told you that's my wife's favorite show, dog. That was one of her favorite shows on ESPN for a long time. Yeah,
so, but like the idea that you shut that down, but then you open like jerseys and stuff to Fortnite. Did the person who approved this know exactly what Fortnite is? Because, like, you know, like outside of the building and all that kind of stuff, Fortnite is a shooter. So you are allowing people to put themselves into NFL uniforms and run around and shoot each other. And like, someone has already made Aaron Hernandez. Like, somebody has already.
Really?
They took a Patriots jersey. They put because you can change the number. They already made it 81, and they already made Aaron Hernandez in the game, though.
Wow, man.
Not the image that you want.
That's
It
true.
ain't what you want, NFL. Like I know that the money may be nice because they making money hand over fist.
Right. Right.
But the idea that you allowed your product to be featured in a game that is primarily a shooter. People pull out guns and shoot each other. Like, yes, there's other aspects to it, but the end of the day, Fortnite is about we put 100 of y'all off up in here and y'all shoot each other until one is left.
Now, my question though, Mike, and I hear your point, but my question is, we've always made the argument. I shouldn't be laughing, but people are bogus as hell at times, and that's true.
He said, "Who got that OJ jersey on?" But see, let's be honest. Like, we can't. It's the current jerseys, so we can't make that. If they do throwbacks, if they do a throwbacks Bills jersey, that's the first thing. Like, I know you can change the number, but I don't know if you can put something on the back because I definitely will put juice on the back.
Right. But okay, so at some point we have to ask, because we always tell people, hey, games, the average gamer is like our age, and we're cognizant enough to separate games from reality, right? So either the NFL is buying into that.
Average Fortnite player,
huh?
How old is the average Fortnite player?
See, that I don't know because I don't play it. I was about to curse, but I don't play it. But Shay says, "Can I go in Fortnite and put on Ray Lewis?" Maybe. As long as you know how to do the dance.
No, what you need to do. All right, so I'm gonna tell you this. He just got out of prison, so he might come find me. But let me tell you this: what you need to do is make that Ray Caruth.
Oh, you bogus, bogus, man.
The average age of Fortnite players is 12.
Okay, what's your source? Who's your source?
Quora.com.
Okay. Quora.
It says it says according to the graphs, people 18 to 20s take up most of the people, but the graph that they showed only uses people 18 or over. The average age should probably be 12.
I mean, here's the thing. Sounds about right. Simpson said he knew that. He said he knew that. But so my thing is, though, can we trust kids to make that separation? We kind of have to now, right?
And we can't trust them to make the separation.
A 12-year-old, you can't trust a 12-year-old to make that mental separation. So 12-year-old put you about 6th grade.
It's like, and it's the same thing about. There's a thing that Bomani says a lot, and he talks about college sports stars.
Yeah.
And he says the fact that you have to remember that these are all young people, and young people make very, very poor decisions sometimes. And so even when you're looking at these sports stars as being able to carry a lot of this stuff out, there's the possibility that it can all fall apart because we're putting this on young people to to support your gambling habit or your fandom, but you're putting this on people that are 18 to 20, 18 to 22. Right. You know what I mean? We just had the conversation about when you're 20, you kind of stupid.
You're kind of dumb. You kind of don't know jack squat. Right.
Yeah, but you think you know everything. Mm-hmm. So think about college sports. You're expecting people this at this age to be able to exert a level of maturity that you would not expect from anybody that's not playing a sport.
I don't know. I think that, Simpson said, can you trust a 12-year-old to drive a car? No, but I mean, we're not talking about necessarily driving a car at this time. We're talking about making a dissociation from reality, whereas video games are more embedded in our society than they have ever been, and more a part of our culture and part of our sociological expression than they've ever been, right? So I would think that they would be able to make that realistic distinction between video game and reality, right?
And I think the worst part about this with the NFL is the last thing that the NFL needs to do is to be associated with more violence.
Right. I giggled, and I didn't giggle about the violence, but I was giggling about Simpson because he said, "Can you trust a 12-year-old to work in McDonald's?" And I would tell him, "Not the McDonald's we worked at when we were in college," but that's a different story.
I mean, I already trust most of the young people there already. Like, can I have a manager make my McRib? You know what I mean?
Right, a manager with your McRib, you silly man. But yeah, man. So I mean. I understand where you're coming from, but I think that someone like me who's been on the side of that, hey, the gaming is more a mature medium than people give it credit for. I think that I can't be the one saying that NFL, you don't need to associate yourself with a violent game, because I have to stand behind the point and the assertion that I feel that gamers can make the distinction. I can't.
But the difference between how you feel about it and the reality of the situation is, if they would have associated themselves with PUBG, I would feel differently about it, because PUBG is something that you actually have to pay for.
Well,
and let's be honest, how many 12-year-olds just got $30 like that to just put on a game? And like, how many 12-year-olds have the extra money to buy this DLC?
But even further though, well, in contrast, as a contrarian, how many 12-year-olds just can't turn around and ask their folks, "I want this"? Know what I'm saying? So
I mean, that's true. But like I would, like, at this point, knowing that Fortnite is free, and like, I know, like, all of my little cousins and nephews and all that other stuff, they all love Fortnite. Why? Because it's free and they have access to it.
Right.
Like,
but there's also a different element too.
At this point, now I play neither game.
Word.
But I would trust the maturity of a PUBG player way before I trust the maturity of a Fortnite player. The average Fortnite player versus the average PUBG player.
Just because you assume the barrier to entry with cost is more of a filter.
Yes.
Okay.
Even though PUBG about to hit that Game Pass.
Sure enough. We didn't even talk about X08. That's okay. There wasn't a lot to talk about. But there'll be other podcasts out there for that.
Did they not show Crackdown again?
They showed it again, bruh. Again.
What does it say? Did they show us anything new?
February 2019. How many times you push this game?
Make us scared. What's up, Mark? I see you, though.
Oh, Mark out here in these streets. Yeah, man. I like, how many times you gonna show the same game, bro? Like, how many times you gonna show me? Hey, I know what's coming. Shut the hell up and just bring it to me.
You know what they did? This is what they did.
I'll tell you what they did.
When it comes to Crackdown, they are adopting the Sony model.
We're gonna keep showing it to you.
We're gonna keep showing it to you until this thing comes out. What was that game that like quickly fizzled? That game that took like forever to come out.
The Quiet Man? No.
The one with the bird dog thing.
Oh, Shadow of the Colossus.
No. Not I think the same people made.
Same people made Team Eco. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Not the Shadow Colossus remake, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, with the bird dog. Yeah, and the little boy. Yes. Can't remember that. Type in Team Eco game.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now. The Last Guardian.
Last Guardian.
Yeah, they're basically doing the Last Guardian with Crackdown, but Crackdown doesn't have nearly the same cachet as anything that Team Ico actually has ever done. Like, it has nothing close.
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
Absolutely nothing close. So like even when you show me something, the little bits that you show me, there is nothing that gets me excited. Now, personally, I don't get excited about a whole lot of things these days. The last game that I was like super, really, actually, like truly hyped for, outside of that one E3 recording where I was just doing my impression of Hip Hop Gamer, but people thought it was real. But I was doing a Hip Hop Gamer for Xbox on that thing. I was just getting super excited about everything on purpose, but apparently my man Double A put that on the show, and now all of a sudden I'm like that. But like the last game I've truly been excited for was Mass Effect 2. Like, I have not. Like, I was worried about Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, I think yeah.
I don't really buy into hype anymore. But like, there is nothing that makes me feel hype about Crackdown. Like, I'm just kind of like, okay, when it comes out, I guess I already got Game Pass, so like, I
guess I'll play it.
I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right.
How you
Like,
answer that with a question? I guess I'll play it. I mean,
you know what I mean? I mean, I played Forza just because it was in the Game Pass. You know what I mean? Since that night. I ain't touched Forza since that night. It's still installed. I ain't touched Forza. But because it's in the Game Pass, I was like, all right, dude. I put in Sea of Thieves. I ain't touched it since that one night. That one night.
That's it, man. But all right, man. So, you know, Mike, I was I've been watching a lot of the CW and that's what we're getting to. Actually, first let's get into your paint note. You said you wanted to be reminded about a note you wanted to talk about painting.
Okay, so I mean, we all know that I paint. I did a painting last night, and it took me longer than almost any other painting that I've ever done, and I think it was one of the best things that I've ever done, and that is just a culmination of everything. I recently recorded a couple of videos and I put them on Instagram, and my response on Instagram has been much larger than it has ever been on the YouTube page.
Nice. Nice.
So I was kind of thinking to myself, kind of like, maybe I should just put all my stuff on Instagram, even though I got a 10-minute time limit.
Yeah. Maybe you should. Maybe you should just work on
the first one. I didn't know about the time limit, and I kind of talked too much, and it was 15 minutes.
Okay.
But I didn't want to cut it. But so I just kind of was like, and I got a few paintings in the can that I've already put the pictures out, but I haven't put the videos out yet. I haven't edited and put the videos out yet. And so I went to that page, and there's a few I had a few comments, and I'm like, wow, somebody actually commented on the video. Uh-huh. And all of them were from the homie Ron Block.
Oh, that's what's up, Ron.
And that. Ron Block told me something that I don't know. I didn't know how to feel. Like, I welled.
Oh, really?
Ron Block told me that his daughter in her art class loves my videos.
Nice.
And I didn't even know how to handle it. Like, I was just like, you know what I mean? Like, I put the stuff out there and people like it and all that kind of stuff. But like on Facebook and Instagram, it's easy to just press that like button and go about your business.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, not too many people take the time out to like comment and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so, but like the fact that he took the comment, took the time out to comment, and you know, I will be forever grateful to my man Ron Block, because he was one of the first people to jump on board, and he was the first person to win the contest when I actually put up the Paint of the Day contest.
Right.
But like the idea that like I don't know none of these kids, right? Like I don't know none of these kids, but like the idea that something that I just learned how to do. Like, I started doing this in February, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like, it was something that I just wanted to do. It was just fun to do. I never really thought of myself as an artist, but like, someone connected to that. And it just made me feel like, like, I'm really doing something here. Yeah. Like, idea that like, you know, and I've sold a few paintings, and you know, like it's been a really awesome time doing all of this, but like to find out that there are some students out there that have seen this work, and on some level they appreciate it. That means more to me than someone putting some money down on it, because you know, you put money down on it and you say, okay, I want that for myself, and that is an awesome feeling to be able to sell something that someone feels like it's worth owning. But to find out that there's people out there that it's not just about being worth owning, it's something that they feel like they believe in.
Yeah, that's good, man. Well, that's the whole point of being an artist, though, right? I mean, you know, you make cookies, you know, which don't discount being an artist in the kitchen, right? Because not everyone can bake, bruh. Seriously. And like, it's great, you know. a little bit of music that I've made before, a little bit of videos that I've made and stuff for work. Like when people show appreciation for the hard work that you put in, especially when it requires a little bit of creativity, man, feels good, bro. Feels really good.
His are already hanging up. I thought that was crazy. Let me tell you, when I did the painting of the day in the Discord, a few people, Chase, mostly, were suggesting color combinations, right? And like the ones that he the ones that he suggested were not the ones that they chose for the giveaways, so I still had them here.
Okay.
So when I went down there, I gave him all of the ones with the color combos that he suggested.
Oh, good.
And the crazy part about it was when I watched the because they did a 2-day stream. I was only there for the first day. The second day, I'm sitting there watching the stream, and the painting is already on the wall behind him. One of them is already on the wall behind him. And do you know how that made me feel? Like I felt like it was important enough to be put up immediately for him.
Right.
For him and Amber, and like that just meant the world. And like it at this point, when I'm just a low man when it comes to this art stuff, but like all of this stuff like really means something. Like, and
Sean, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, man.
You know, I just like I greatly appreciate it, but like finding out that there's like these students out there that are looking at this, and it's like some sort of, I don't know whether it's an inspiration or it's just something that they just enjoy, but like no matter what it is, like it in that moment it just felt great, but it also felt humbling because the one that I recorded last night, I cussed a lot, so I'm gonna have to take the sound out.
Right.
I'm gonna have to take the sound out completely, or just dub it. But like just that just meant the world to me, and I just wanted to say to everybody out there, like no matter how you support it, whether it's just a like or a share or a comment or like showing this to your youngins, like I appreciate all of it, and I appreciate all of you. It means something like really is like deeply personal to me, and like when I read that, like I almost went there. It was about to be like, all right. So we short on time, but I know you was getting ready.
Yeah. I only got one other thing. I know why you hate the CW app ads, because they all anti-vaping ads, bro. Like I know that's why you hate it.
The recent ones have been anti-vaping. Yeah, I don't really care. Like, just, I got a coworker that's anti-vaping, but she smokes like a chimney with COPD. So,
man,
I'm not crying now. Right. I almost did the call.
I almost did. You said in the car. All right. So Mike, that's what I was getting into, man. So I've been watching CW app a lot, because I've been catching up on the current season, and I'm current now on Black Lightning. I'm current on Flash. I'm current on Arrow. Almost current on Flash. I think I am current on Flash as well. Getting there on Supergirl.
Girl on Black Lightning, bro?
Huh?
Your girl on Black Lightning?
Man. Yeah. I know it, man. I was like, oh, Regine. Anyway, no. It's Kyle's. No, not. Yeah. So he was Kyle in Livingston. Yeah. And so did the voice of Kratos, the first verse of Kratos. So his girl in there,
and he was there too.
Yeah, he was in there too. Yeah, but she's in there now, and it was good, man. It was good seeing them all up in there, man. I thought, man, that's what's up. They keeping the circle connected. You know what I mean? But man, Black Lightning is good. I enjoy Black Lightning. But you know what, Mike? Have you seen Taye Diggs' new show, All American?
I have not.
Okay.
I've seen the commercials on the CW app.
Y'all should check it out. Okay, so All American is about a coach who grew up in Crenshaw, and then he made it out. He ended up going to the NFL for a couple of years, got out of the couple of years, messed up his knee, banged up his knee. Then he picked up a coaching job in Beverly Hills High, went back to Crenshaw, saw this kid, and then recruited him over there. to Beverly Hills, but there are a lot of twists and turns in the story, man. But man, it's more of a show with mostly black people.
Yeah, I think it's one of those shows that is on the chopping block.
Right. It just started. It's season 1.
Your favorite show is on the chopping block right now, dog. It's not looking good.
Which one is that one?
I mean, your least favorite show, but
which one? Supergirl?
Legends of the Mind.
Legends. Look, Legends ain't that good. I'm sorry, Legends is not that good. Yeah, Taye Diggs is coaching.
You ain't stuck around long enough,
bro. I tried. I like I said, I'm right now in season 2, episode 1. Like that's where I'm at. I'm just going through actually checking to see because I've watched some other stuff.
Season 2 is when it actually becomes what's capable of.
I watched a lot of it live, so on Netflix it's hard for me to remember where I am. So I'm just gonna go through and look to see exactly where I am because I did watch quite a bit of it, but I gotta figure out where I left off at. So but we'll do that. But no, man. So that's what I've so y'all check that out, man. If y'all want to check it out, check out CW the All American with Taye Diggs. It's a new show. They have a lot of good actors and actresses.
Watch the CW app on your PC browser with an ad blocker, please.
Yeah, them ads, man.
And there was one ad break where they literally played the same ad 6 times in that break.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
The same one over and over and over and over again until the show started back.
Simpson said, "Nah, man. He still can't get over his fact it's Taye Diggs coaching." He was like, because we know he isn't balling up anybody except his shadow. Look, Taye Diggs apparently in the show went to the NFL, bro. Even though he's only like my height, which is like almost a challenge.
Well, I mean, he could be a running back.
He could have been. But look. It's a decent show, man. Like, it's pretty well written. I think I got through the first 4 episodes. I think that's what's out there for. And then episode 5 is this week. Wednesdays at 8 Central is when it comes on. But y'all should check that out, man. So what about you, Mike? I know you still on DC TV, right?
I still say there was a show that Taye Diggs was in, and it only lasted 1 season.
Yeah, The Practice or something like that.
No. I think the show was called Daybreak.
Oh, okay.
It's Daybreak. And I don't know where you can find it. It used to be on Netflix. It is not anymore. I don't know whether it's on Amazon or wherever. Right. But Daybreak was good. Imagine a murder mystery, but Groundhog Day.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember the trailer for that now.
Yeah, murder mystery, but Groundhog Day. And whatever happened to him the day before carries over to the next morning. So like if he gets shot,
he's still shot.
He wakes up and he is shot. He is back in that day, but he is shot still.
Wow. So it's a cumulative effect on him.
If you listen very real closely, one of the henchmen in there, the only reason why I found out this is because one of the just random dudes that shows up a couple times during the season is Rex's voice.
Really?
He doesn't. That's how I found it. I was looking at the voice actors for Mass Effect,
nice.
And it was like, oh, he plays in this show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh snap, Rex is in this. So I was like, maybe I need to watch this, and then I watched it, and I really enjoyed it.
Stephen Bear, right? Is that his name? Stephen Bear, the dude who played Rex from Mass Effect, or not Rex? That's who you're talking about, right?
I'm not sure. Hold
on. Yeah. That dude's voice is so ridiculously deep, man. But that's what's up, though, man. That's what's up. But yeah, I've been playing that Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Assassin's Creed Odyssey still. Those games still good, man. They're really good. Really stinking good. So, what I know you're looking, Mike, but what else have you been watching or playing? Because we over time.
I've been watching all of this the CW stuff. I'm really enjoying all of the new seasons, except for I'm kind of we need to get past this certain section of Arrow right now because everything is not. I love that they stopped doing the flashbacks and they flash forward.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's crazy.
And you're kind of figuring out everything as it's you're still trying to figure out everything. I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
There's an aspect about it that I'm just kind of like, bro, can we get past this now?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. 4857. That's what you want to get past, right? Yeah, I want to get past that too.
Stephen Barr.
Stephen Barr. That's what it is. Barr. I knew it was Stephen Barr, but he got a real deep voice. So
yeah. But yeah, I'm just waiting for that. The Flash didn't have a episode last week because of the election. So Flash and Black Lightning are an episode behind.
Yeah, because Flash is the one I still need to get caught up on, and Supergirl.
Right. There's some things going on in the Flash.
I already know. I think I'm one episode behind in Flash, just one.
Yeah, the conversation. There's a conversation that the new character has with another new character at the end of one of the episodes, and it just sends your mind just racing.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I can't wait. Like, it's really good. Like, believe it or not, Arrow and Flash kind of went back to, like, last season. Arrow went back to basics. Yeah. And I really enjoyed that.
I hate it. Oh, no. I enjoyed the season. I do not like the fact that these TV shows these days do not respect the family. Every TV show, the family kind of breaks up for some like really sometimes silly reason, and it's just like, why do we need to break the family up? And like in almost every popular show, like the idea of the family is just at some point it just becomes like we got to blow this whole thing up, which sucks.
Yeah. So but yeah, look, if you all aren't watching any DC TV, because I ask people all the time, man, what you watching? And a lot of people are like, hey, I like watching Big Brother. And I'm like, oh, really? Why don't you try watching a little bit of the superhero shows? Like, look, they give you a little bit of reprieve. I'm like, look, Arrow's the most serious you're gonna get. Flash is really good. Supergirl, you can skip that. And I tell people you can skip that. How do you have a character who 3 seasons in still doesn't mature? How do you? I don't know.
It's the same thing. But like, I watch the show mostly, but like I can't get jiggy with this. Like, I can't. And like my girl loves Supergirl, and like she refuses to watch Arrow, and I'm just like, what is she doing?
What are you doing here? Like,
what are you doing? The same way she loves Jessica Jones.
Bless her heart. Bless her heart.
She watched New Daredevil yet, though.
Man,
the New Daredevil. I'm gonna say it now. I have decided New Daredevil is number 1, though.
You know, New Daredevil is legit. New Daredevil is legit.
Season 3 just catapulted over Luke Cage season 1 to me,
bro. Like, you know, my top one was always Daredevil season 1 anyway. Like, that was my number 1 anyway. But this one is right up there with it for me. Probably a little bit past it, just because they did so many fight scenes that looked like one shots. You know what I mean? Like, they did so many. It did so much. It did so much to actually push all of these characters. Man, every it seems like nothing stayed static except Foggy and Karen. And that's it.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about all of this. There's been talks several times about a Karen TV show. Do not. I
second that.
Do not ever. All
right, Simpson.
Make a Karen show.
Yeah.
All right, we need to wrap up.
We need to wrap it up because we losing cats. All right, shout outs, Mike. Get them in.
Man, shout out to the people, man. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to to Chase and the fam. I appreciate y'all. And I can't wait to meet again, like to meet up and just have some fun and just kind of chill out without the restrictions of like making sure that we have to play video games for 12 hours.
Right.
But like but that part of it was cool. No matter what. So if we gotta do this for Extra Life again, that's dope. Shout out to the man Ron Block and his seed and her fam, and you know, her classmates and such. That made me feel like that was a real feeling that I had. Like real. Man, just shout out to the people, man. We appreciate y'all.
For sure. All right, so shout outs to everyone who made it tonight live with us: Simpson, Chase, Amber, Riles. Is it Riles or Riley?
It's Riley, but I call him Young Riles.
Okay, Riley. Shout outs to Mark.
Everybody. That's his rap name. He's a real rapper.
He's what?
Young Rounds. That's his rap name.
Oh, that's his rap name. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Give him a hoodie with it on. And shout outs to Ron Block. And
You know, have my girl do that. She got a silhouette. You know what I'm saying?
oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Shout outs to Extra Life, everyone out there. My boy Sean Evans. He has raised $2,750 by himself for Extra Life. His goal is now 2,800. He's had to keep upping his goal, and he still has a lot of games out there. So y'all search for him out there. He still has Life is Strange 2 complete seasons, 4 copies on PS4, 1 on Xbox, 2 on Steam. Still has Hellblade on Steam, Shadow of the Tomb Raider on Steam. He still has The Walking Dead New Frontier on PS4.
Strange.
Yeah. So get out there and support him. If you don't support him, support your boy, because I am also out there as well. So yeah. So
Remind me, I was supposed to get you on payday. I forgot.
it's all good, man. It ain't no big deal. Ain't no big deal. So, but yeah, I actually have my link now. So, I'm gonna throw it up there. So what?
When's the makeup day?
This weekend.
I know you already did yours. When's the makeup day? It was this weekend.
Yeah.
I got Pooh Bear this weekend, and I got a whole bunch of Girl Scout cookies.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So,
yeah, I'm trying to get some Girl Scout cookies. Holla at your boy. My daughter is in Maryland. They get theirs early, so you can go ahead and get up on your cookies and stun on these hoes.
right, but because, and also keep in mind that they name some of the same cookies different things across the country. So you got to get with him and describe exactly.
And unlike Virginia, Maryland got them lemonades, dog.
The lemonades. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I know, but they're not called lemonades here.
Lemonades. Lemons.
So, but yeah, man. So that's crazy. So on my mixer, for some reason, it looks like I had Ace. Oh, Ace had a picture of him and his son up because I think he was co-streaming with me at some point. But anyway, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening to and or watching Facetious episode 147. We'll be back in your ear and in front of your eyeballs again next week. So y'all come on back and look. Happy belated Veterans Day to everyone who served the country and still around to enjoy that. Look, we really appreciate it.
We got this. We still in there.
Yeah. So,
oh, dirty. Somebody put a picture of Stan Lee evaporating like Infinity War.
So bogus, man. See, people ain't got no decorum. All right. On that note, y'all.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, the person that I saw posted, Ron Block.
Ron Block, what you doing, Ron? What you doing, Ron? What you doing, Ron? All right, y'all. Peace out to the Warriors, man.
Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
All right, dog. Got it in. So, yeah. That's it, man. Say support your boy in Extra Life. Let's see. Support me in Extra Life. I'm just putting this in here, man. So I'll try to get it all published and posted out there tonight, man. Oh, I made some brisket today, dog. Came out good, too.
You smoke it?
No, I didn't smoke it because I can't use wood, and without wood, I can't regulate my flame for 5 to 6 hours. So I just did it in the oven and stuff. I marinated it all last night and into today, and then I cooked it for like 5.5 hours.
Y'all from Texas and Oklahomans, like y'all really care about y'all briskets.
Hey man, we care about our meat, bro. That's what we got. That's what we got, man. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, of course, man. That's what we do. So, but yeah, man. So yeah, it turned out all right. I think my wife really liked it. She could actually eat it because of her teeth, so she could actually put it down. So,
how's she feeling? Everything good now?
What you mean with my wife?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Everything's good, man. She's been good for a while. Back to working, back to trying to work out and stuff, man. Yeah. Everything's good. She's doing fine, man. She's doing really, really well, dog. So, but yeah, man. That's really about it. I guess I'm about to get on back out here, Mike, and
I need to talk Killing Floor, man. The Christmas update is on beta and PC already.
Christmas what?
The Christmas update for Killing Floor is on the beta is on PC.
You know, I always forget about that game because you always talk about it.